Okay, so people are trying to cancel MrBeast for something that they said. Now, a lot of people on Twitter are actually mad at MrBeast right now because he said something, which was the word faggot 3 years ago. Now, in my opinion, I don't really care because that was 3 years ago, and MrBeast gives free money to people, so it's not that big of a deal. But some people think otherwise. Now, a lot of people are saying that he should apologize. Now, the reason I don't think he should apologize is because, 1, it was 3 years ago, and 2, he seems like a changed man, and 3, it was just a very, very edgy joke. I don't really think that there's no, like, he's not homophobic. Also, an apology won't really do anything. Him apologizing won't change the fact that the tweet never existed. In fact, I think him apologizing is just really bogus, and I don't think he has to. I think it would be cool if he addressed it, but he doesn't necessarily have to apologize. Now, a lot of people on Twitter saying that he does have to apologize are usually just, they're generally just stupid. It's not really good. Like, I don't think he has to apologize for it. It's just dumb to think that he does. Most people saying that he has to apologize are probably looking for clout. Ironically enough, the people that call out MrBeast are actually clout chasers because they always, quote, expose people. They're showing the Twitter thread here. They've been trying to expose a lot of people. In my opinion, this is very scummy, especially if you just do this for clout. And the fact is that they're actually on a burner account, so this is how you know it's mainly for clout. Now, MrBeast actually did do something derogatory, which, let's say he said the N-word, or recently he said the word faggot, and he was targeting someone. Then yeah, rightfully cancel him. Let's say he was even still saying stuff like that. Sure, go ahead. But the fact of the matter is that he said it 3 years ago, so it's not necessarily that big of a deal. Especially the fact that the internet has changed so much to where 3 years ago, the word faggot was practically normalized, and a lot of bad words were actually normalized back then. And the fact is that nowadays things have changed, so we have to take into consideration other people's feelings, which is fairly unfortunate to an extent, but if you get what I mean. But yeah, MrBeast being canceled for the word faggot is just probably one of the most useless things I've ever heard. It's not it's not something that will like solve homophobia or, you know, solve US national debt. I really just don't think, you know, us targeting MrBeast, out of all people on the planet, I mean, there's people like Minilad or James Charles who are legit trash people. So, people focusing their attention on MrBeast is just very redundant considering the fact that there's actually terrible people on the internet who have groomed minors or who have talked to minors. And I find it very ironic because these are the type of people that say that these guys need to apologize, but it seems as if most of these guys never forced people like James Charles or Minilad to apologize, which Minilad did apologize, but it was a terrible apology. I'm not going to start with that. And Minilad did apologize, but yet again, terrible. And same for James Charles, but it was also a terrible apology. So the fact of the matter is if you're trying to, you know, force MrBeast, I think I just came up with, if you're trying to force MrBeast to apologize for something that was 3 years ago, but not force James Charles or Minilad, or even kick them off the internet at that, especially even David Dobrik, someone in his crew actually raped somebody, or, you know, sexually assaulted them, which is a very, very terrible crime, yet nobody seems to be pushing them off the internet. So, cancel culture, I get that your feelings are hurt, and the fact is that you're offended and all, but being offended doesn't matter when there's actually real victims out there. You're not a victim if MrBeast just says a very terrible joke by saying something like STFU, you fag, which is a terrible joke, one, but it did not hurt nobody. No one's a victim in that situation. Like, if you really think that you're genuinely a victim or targeted, which I doubt MrBeast even targeted anyone in particular, or even was calling out any groups, I think that it's still wrong to actively try to cancel him, or not even cancel him, force him to apologize for just saying STFU, you faggot, which is definitely nothing wrong with that. It's like me calling someone a retard, unironically. I'm not calling it to like a mentally disabled person, calling like a gay person a faggot or anything, so it's not like, it's not targeting people. So I don't understand how you could possibly actually be mad at this. People like David Dobrik need to be canceled or forced to actually give a genuine apology. People like Minilad need to be forced to give a genuine apology. Louis Calibre, there's so many people that need to give a genuine apology, but yet you target the most innocent person on the YouTube platform, debatably. Someone who actually doesn't do anything wrong. I mean, this was 3 years ago, for God's sake. It's not that big of a deal. And if you do think it's a big of a deal and you think he should apologize, I need you to give me like actual reasons why he should apologize. Because I did see a really decent reason on why he should apologize, which was it does not show that, like, it shows that he actually forgives or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, like, even if he doesn't apologize, he could still be sincere, so I really don't see. It's just dumb. I don't understand. It's honestly a very stupid situation where there's actually people who should actively be canceled, in which MrBeast doesn't deserve to be canceled. So I find it very ironic that a lot of these cancel culture people will only come after people who are big or people who are the newest or you know, have said the least offensive thing on the planet. Because it's just the irony how you choose to target someone who said the word faggot but won't target a rapist or a groomer or someone who is actually or someone who's actually friends with a rapist, which is debatably worse than actually saying the F slur. In fact, I'd rather someone call me a retarded faggot than actually than groom me or something, which is terrible. Also, speaking of those crimes, oh gosh. Speaking of the James Charles situation, my friend Lovely Cup of Tea dropped a video on James Charles if you want to see that. And also someone named Alex Wolf dropped a video on David Dobrik if you want to see that too. And also they dropped a video on the, oh my god. They dropped a video on some of the other situations. So yeah, I'd definitely check out those people's channels if you want to get more context, because I'm not going to explain the situations here. Also, I did make a video on Mini Lad a while back if you want to see that, but that's besides the point. Either way, it's something that people should not actively cancel. And to really conclude this video, because I don't want to go on more of a rant than I already did, because I did not use a script, so I'm more so ranting rather than actually talking and discussing. But to actually conclude this video, I want to say that cancel culture, or people actually trying to target MrBeast for saying the F slur, should just stop and focus on people that are actually relevant or people that deserve it. Because at the end of the day, MrBeast apologizing won't change the fact that a tweet exists or that happened. But if we actually force people like Mini Lad or even David Dobrik or even James Charles to give a genuine apology, maybe you're pushing for something better. But yeah, peace. Please watch out or check out my next video, or my last video, actually, my previous video, which is I can't even think of the title. Oh my god. Which is something. I don't remember the title for my previous video. But please check that out, because much appreciated, because I've actually been lacking in views recently. My channel's pretty much dead, so I'm trying to get more views. But yeah, I expect the hentai video at least coming next week, so maybe.